As Adam just described, a number of factors could affect which direction voters go in and could affect turnout. But if history is any indication, New Hampshire's turnout will be stellar. One of the reasons Dartmouth Professor Emerita Linda Fowler says the Granite State leading the way has been so instrumental to the process for decades.
You know the famous joke, well, what do you think of candidate X? I don't know. I've only met him 5 times. But it's true. And I actually did, with some colleagues here, did research on the 1996 primary and the 2000 primary. And what we found was that this retail politics phenomenon was real. And the way it worked was that people were interested in a candidate. They went to see the candidate. And after they had seen the candidate, they were more likely, their favorable impression had strengthened. Typically. We also saw another phenomenon, though, which was that people were switching all over the place, and the polls were really not picking that up. What they were picking up were the aggregate totals in the state, and what they were missing was that people were switching from the Democrat to the Republican. They were switching from one Republican to another, and people were really shopping instead of just going with name recognition. If you're just starting out in the primary season, you really need to hone your message, and you really need to learn what works on the campaign trail. Candidates are not born knowing that, and they don't start something as major as a presidential race knowing how to do that. For most people, it's a daunting experience, and to do it in Iowa and in New Hampshire, it can be helpful to sort of try things out and see what people feel is real. There's something special about going first, and it has had a really marked impact on the political culture in this state. All you have to do is look at the turnout for presidential primaries. So South Carolina was the winner at our expense, but the turnout in South Carolina primaries has been negligible, probably a third, maybe a fourth of what it is in New Hampshire. And my concern is that the kind of political attentiveness and the sense of engagement that the primary provided in this state will erode. But I think the nation loses as well. Our politics is so polarized, and I think it's good to have primaries in states that allow independents to participate, because it does have a moderating, or it can have a moderating effect on the polarization that goes on here.